Communicate of this meeting. Let me first of all thank Jani for staying with us faithfully all through this Congress. And of course, I will not forget our host, who has done a splendid job, who has been brilliant all round. And it's a thing of joy to know that I want to keep my report very short, although it's a very elaborate report. And the report is all comprehensive. I have the report which I presented in Rome, the AIPS Congress in Rome. It's embedded lecture to this report. And there are certain elements that you find very interesting, like the aspect of recognizing some of the individuals who have helped us push the frontiers of our engagement, like Jean-Paul Savant. He's a very faithful servant of the sporting press, and we would like to recognize him. It's there in our report. It's an annex. Unfortunately, we don't have us here, our treasurer. And given the need for us to be consistently transparent, there is no doubt that we will always want to have. So I will come to that report. I will give you that. Easily follow the sequence. This paper is not. They didn't put it well so that we don't waste time. Look at the report so that we don't waste plenty of our time here. Indeed, we have a loaded schedule today, and some people will be going back. So it's good. Words are indeed easy to say in a Congress like of this nature, but it is hard to really find the right words to appreciate the familyhood which I have enjoyed as president of AIPS Africa in the last 9 years. Here is a family that goes beyond the expected care to bear and share the rare task of making African sports journalists not only focused in their endeavor despite challenges, but proud and ready to fight for one another in the protection of free expression and independence of their thoughts. And for this, we must salute, hail, and constantly remember our great leaders of yesterday and today, who kindled the flame of communality in our enterprise and also left a treasure of experiences to guide us. Today, Africa knows that there is a strong umbrella that shades us from the agents of division. AIPS Africa has stood firm to show its color and its roots. Today, we can raise our heads among other colleagues in the global family of sports journalists, and this sense of mission and pride must be sustained as we cherish the memory of greats who have left us not too long ago. Some of the memories of the greats. From Congo DR, where we have Kasongo Shilonge, to the Abyssinian highlands of Ethiopia with the inimitable Logrand, the one I call Logrand, Tekru Kidan, we remain touched by their passage. For this may I invite all of us, because we have done that because of the ceremony. So we'll move that. And there is no doubt that it has been a long march And our expectation was Congress 2 years ago, but then the drawback, the one they call the new normal, indeed the harbinger of dread, COVID came, and the harvest could not come. It changed the game, but we found a new normal from a technological strength that has turned a rallying tool for all of us. The virtual power to bring us together is now an asset, and it makes for an enduring conversation on things that need to be done and should be done going forward. Today, I will try to encapsulate the elements that unfolded in my 9 years, and even as I hesitate to see them as attainments, I sincerely hope they can serve us here as building planks for the emerging leadership. My last report at the 2022 AIPS Congress is also included for your attention. And for now, just a little update on the inspiring that set new heights of efficiency and effectiveness at all levels, particularly for the sports media. AIPS Africa faithfully followed the freshness and fineness of Africa's 5 flag bearers to their new heights of endeavor, and it is joyful to record that the glass ceiling has been broken, the bar has been raised, and inevitably Africa can now aspire to win the World Cup comfortably and convincingly in the next edition. So it will not be a surprise. Of course, there was also another aspect of the game, another visage of the game we saw in Algeria, which produced a record attendance in a strictly home-based management. The rare, colorful sporting ambience in select Algerian cities finally climaxed in a final against the host, which saw Senegal and another continental soccer laurel commentaries in our multimedia channels open to us. So, gentlemen, just to give you some of our dynamics in the last 9 years, I've called it 9 is fine. After 9 years as president of the Continental Section and 18 years as member of the AIPS Executive Committee, I can only say that there is more to do as one keeps faith to this passion and ensure the support to all that will lift us. First, we have the expanded and revitalized membership drive across the continent. I'm very happy that the members who had been dormant for quite a while have resurrected their membership and affiliation, and they are ready and itching to be back. I imagine that with the new leadership, we will have more numbers. Of course, we will also be happy with some of the requests we've received in terms of new membership, and we are glad the numbers are rising. There is followed to that the full awareness and exposure as well as interaction at the multimedia level. There is a vibrant website for AIPS Africa, which takes its cue from the AIPS website itself and is linked to the AIPS website. There is a 7-year-old WhatsApp group aptly named Rendezvous. And of course, you have our Facebook, Twitter account. There was in 2017 the unfortunate surge and spread of COVID greatly affected the full and faithful adoption of the blueprint of this landmark document, which remains relevant for the new leadership. I will give a copy of the strategic plan to the new leadership. I've already forwarded a copy to some of the old members. Of course, everybody here had a copy, and that document was adopted in our last Congress. It's a plan which also helped us to be more focused and have a plan. There is, of course, the impressive refurbishment and retooling in Casablanca of the AIPS Secretariat. Many of you have had cause to go to that Secretariat. It was a project started by Belahid Boumid the SY president before I came in 2013. But he couldn't really get to find the desired operational ambience. And thanks to our very good friend, the first Vice President, Murad Mutawakil, we got to get that secretariat on, and it's been functioning. And also want to thank our colleagues in Morocco for the support they've given. And of course, that secretariat is open to all sports journalists in Africa, as well as sports journalists within Morocco. If you are visiting Casablanca and you want to find a place where you can sit down, do your work, and get on, that is the place to go, and that is the place to be. I can tell you that it's a really comfortable working secretariat. My office is still there, and I love the seats. Of course, we continue with 9 is fine. We have had fervent collaboration and broad participation and even unique hosting of the celebrated AIPS Young Reporters Program, and of course the Sports Media Award. Good enough, our first AIPS Young Reporters Program on African soil took place in Morocco. That was during Africa Games, and it was indeed a roaring success. Before then, in Asaba, Delta State, during the African Athletics Championship, we had a mini-scale young reporters program, and it was coordinated by our own Evelyn Water. It was also the start of good things, and I think it's a program that can also be zoned. The zonal vice presidents can start the initiative of holding AIPS Young Reporters Program so that AIPS can find an anchor and a launch pad to carry on. Of course, that is one of the things. And then the Sports Media Awards. Many people have forgotten that the first Pearl Media Awards in Abu Dhabi, we had an African who won a category, and he came from Ghana. That was in Abu Dhabi. But that was almost like a dress rehearsal of the AIPS Sports Media Awards, which has received accolades. And if you saw it on the opening ceremony, when President Melu presented the submission, you could see the rise of Africa from the start, the progression, and the consistency has been there. And I think we have to work hand in hand with AIPS to make that award truly worthwhile. Of course, there is the recognition of excellence through the journalists on the podium. We did that in Egypt during the Nations Cup in 2019. We'll have repeated it in Cameroon, but there was really no national association in place. And we hope that in Côte d'Ivoire, I'm glad the Côte d'Ivoire delegation is here. The youth leadership will take on the podium of our award, which is also a collaboration with AIPS. And then, as part of trying to meet with the demands of our strategic plan, we gave the Power of Sports Award in Africa to a man who truly has done more for sports in Nigeria, Africa's most populous and most passionate sporting nation. A man who wanted to host our Congress, and then because of his political engagement, he was aspiring to be president of Nigeria, but that didn't get to work out. But I think that he remains our power of sports in Africa, and we can count on him, especially with youth leadership, before he retires. So those are some of the awards in terms of awards that we have, and it's a good one. And finally, in terms of 9 is fine, we have the enriching and engaging continental congresses with leaders and stars of sports in Senegal. We had 2013 and 2014 in Senegal, and of course Senegal 2023. Of course, these congresses have been outstanding and treasurable for tackling money, sport issues, and setting agendas along with fresh perspectives. I think it's a model for national associations. When you are holding your own national congresses, you aspire to get stars who can spark off conversations on different sporting issues. You also get sport leaders who can provoke these sensitivities of our sporting attachments, so that at the end of the day, you have a good picture and a good feel of your sporting environment. Indeed, we can now only rekindle the glow of our involvement. As I said, these, for me, are not achievements, they are not attainments, but they are the stepping stone which we need to climb on to build an association that will be perhaps not only a treasure to some of us, or to all those who believe in the power of sports, but also a joy to those who believe Africa can do it. And so from Senegal 2014 to Bamako 2016 to Nairobi 2017 to Accra 2018 and of course Maroc 2019 and now Senegal 2023. You can see the strides we have covered in terms of the Congress. And you can only thank the one Almighty and thank all of you for the support, enduring one it is. And I will treasure it and I will remember it. And I hope you will keep that kind of support all through. Of course, we cannot stop but talk about how we have repositioned ourselves to have other sporting bodies endorsing and recognizing us. That is the last point in our 9 is 5. The emphatic repositioning as the endorsed and aligned sports media operation partners within such bodies as the African Union, the Association of Africa National Olympic Committee, ANOCA, and of course the Union of African Sports Confederation. These are two bodies both seen who really should control the organization of the African Games. So it's where to follow. Of course, no doubt AIPS Africa has been loud in interventions when it comes to stating our position, maintaining our independence of thought, and of course our liberty of expression. And when necessary, we have really pulled the trigger, and as we say, we have not held back the punch if we need to. But sometimes we don't hit below the belt, which is necessary. And that's why the House of Sports, where journalists have been chained in their countries or in their operation, we have tried to fight against it. And for those who have been denied access in terms of accreditation, we have been very forceful. We have made our point. And we can disagree on opinions, we can disagree on methods, but we will not compromise on our principles, and we will not compromise on our mission. And for AIPS, this is the heart of the communal and fraternal spirit that binds us all. That's a picture of my report. I said I will give a picture of the financial report, and I'll just do that in a jiffy. In the unfortunate absence of our treasurer in this Congress, and the need to give a picture of the financial standing of our cherished association, this may serve as a fitting opportunity to present the physical overview of my leadership since the launch of the AIPS Africa Strategic Plan in Nairobi, late December 2017. It is my fervent desire and hope that going forward, the office of the treasurer will be more functional, not only to help build a solid structure of transparency and honesty, but also to provide and meet the necessary demands today of good governance and integrity. For the records, and as I stated in Nairobi, we have an account, AIPS Africa account, with the United Bank of Africa in Lagos, and it is essentially a dollar-denominated domiciliary account. There is also a current account assigned to AIPS Africa, but this is in the local currency and it has been rarely operated. For the international nature of our operations, the domiciliary account has been useful to establish our corporate status. Indeed, along the goals stated in the strategic plan and the need to maximize revenue streams within AIPS Africa through, in quotes, taking some of the blue lines or the blueprint of our strategic plan, earned income through association fees, media operations, federation grants, appropriate partnerships, and even unrestricted gifts from trusted sources. It was encouraging to realize that we were making a simple but sure progress until the scourge of COVID-19 hit us hard, leaving us like orphans seeking feeding bottles to survive. Nonetheless, it is fair to look back at the bright spots that made our future promising with the response we received. And we are talking about finance here. The AIPS Congresses in Brussels 2018, the Lucerne Congress in 2019, and the Budapest Congress in 2020. Of course, given the good relationship with the leadership of the AIPS and the steady impact and presence of AIPS Africa delegates in the last 3 congresses, it is noteworthy to register the support received, particularly for flight fares, which are expectedly too high within the continent. Considering the high cost of travel, AIPS Africa received $5,000 as grants from AIPS for the Brussels Congress. And for the Lucerne Congress and the Sports Media Award, which were integrated, the AIPS Africa got flight support totaling $10,000. That's for the Lucerne Congress. In Budapest, the flight support received from AIPS was $8,000. Importantly, this funding from AIPS was specific to supporting delegates with challenges, especially those who pleaded in writing to be assisted. The records of the disbursement are with AIPS administration. There was also the recent Congress in Rome, Rome 2022, the AIPS Elective Congress Flight Support. Considering that flight support became a disturbing and a routine request among our colleagues, I must state here that our first Congress after the break of COVID-19 pandemic, and of course the physical presence of individuals, AIPS provided a total of $11,500 for the last Congress in Rome. Record of the disbursements and flight tickets, along requests made and budgetary limit is with the AIPS administration. This has always been the condition for the support. I want everybody to take note of these figures I've given you. You can go and verify. Let me also state that AIPS Africa has never received any statutory subvention for its operation from AIPS. I say that again. Let me also state that AIPS Africa has never received any statutory subvention for its operation from AIPS, and the president is here. The reason is simple. Our cash situation, even here, at a discounted rate of $10, is as miserable as most of our national associations are in debt, which oftentimes are settled close to election Congress. This situation does not encourage the continental section to have the benefit of a subvention that accrues from card situation purchased. We are entitled to a certain percentage from the cards. In a situation where you look at the AIPS Africa debt profile and everything is in red, how do you start asking for subvention to even support us with flight tickets? So I want this point to be noted by so many people who have heard saying so many things. I have decided to keep quiet. In my 18 years as a member of the executive council, body of AIPS,
et les 9 ans où j'ai été président de l'AIPS Afrique, j'ai participé à l'ensemble des réunions, à l'ensemble des congrès, à l'exception d'une réunion du comité exécutif parce qu'on m'avait refusé le visa. Et parfois, j'ai même voyagé avec mon épouse, au moins pendant 5 congrès successifs. Et je dois dire ici que le président de l'association nigériane est ici. Je n'ai jamais reçu ne serait-ce qu'un dollar de l'association nationale. Tout cela est sorti de ma poche. Et si je dois calculer tout ce que j'ai dépensé pour renforcer l'AIPS Afrique depuis mon élection à Marrakech, vous comprendrez que pour moi, ceci est un sacerdoce. Avant la pandémie, nous avions 2 partenariats signés avec la Marocaine des Jeux d'abord, MDGS, qui est la loterie nationale marocaine, qui à ce jour n'a pas respecté ses engagements contractuels, même si nous les avons relancés à plusieurs reprises et nous leur permettons au niveau des plateformes multimédia d'avoir de la couverture. Nous espérons recevoir de MDGS 100 000 dirhams marocains, qui est leur obligation contractuelle. Et une instruction a récemment été donnée au leadership de l'association de la presse sportive marocaine pour recevoir en notre nom ce montant au niveau de la Marocaine des Jeux. Je pense que nous devons vraiment suivre ce dossier. J'ai le contrat que je vais partager au leadership entrant, un contrat signé par moi-même, par le vice-président sortant et par le directeur général de la Marocaine des Jeux, M. Mekrafi, qui est un homme de valeur d'ailleurs, mais je pense qu'il doit quand même respecter l'engagement de sa structure. L'autre partenariat que nous avons signé, c'est avec l'organisation de la presse africaine APO, qui devait nous permettre d'encaisser plus de 100 000 dollars américains, étant donné le niveau faible de distribution de nos publications. Ce partenariat est également lié à l'AIPS Monde. Avec nous avons reçu un billet d'avion pour la Coupe du Monde de rugby au Japon qui avait été donné à quelqu'un qui avait été choisi au niveau de l'Association nationale des journalistes sportifs de la Namibie, parce que la Namibie faisait partie des pays africains qualifiés pour cette Coupe du Monde de rugby au Japon. Il est important également de souligner que même sans le renouvellement de contrat avec le groupe APO, ils ont quand même continué de distribuer tous nos communiqués de presse et tous nos articles que nous leur envoyons gratuitement, même si nous n'avons pas renouvelé le contrat qui nous lie. Ils nous ont permis d'avoir une couverture mondiale. Et après chaque communiqué de presse qui passe par eux, nous avons au total jusqu'ici plus de 5 000 dollars américains quand on doit traduire en valeur monétaire l'exposition que cela nous donne. La collaboration que nous avons avec ce groupe APO ne peut être mesurée en termes monétaires. C'est une relation que nous devons renforcer et nous devons également explorer d'autres possibilités si nous avons besoin de soutien financier, parce que certains d'entre nous veulent bien palper l'argent, comme on dit. Et avec ces organisations, ces activités au niveau de l'association des comités olympiques nationaux d'Afrique avec M. Moustapha Berra et le leadership qui apprécie notre service, nous avons reçu un soutien important de l'Association africaine des comités olympiques nationaux. Nous avons reçu de 10 000 $ pour nous aider à financer les travaux de notre congrès à Accra. Malheureusement, ces financements arrivent avec du retard. Nous comptons renouveler la collaboration pendant les Jeux africains de la jeunesse et bien entendu les Jeux africains qui ont été reportés jusqu'à l'année prochaine à Accra, au Ghana.
En termes de soutien pour les congrès, la subvention qu'on a reçue jusqu'ici, la plus importante, c'est venu de Power Sports in Africa et du gouverneur du River State, Barrister, qui a soutenu nos opérations avec 6 000 $ avant le congrès de Bruxelles. Donc ça nous a revigoré, ça nous a requinqué et en nous poussant à aller chercher d'autres ressources. Donc nous avons eu vraiment beaucoup d'assistance, comme vous pouvez le voir, avant le retrait de l'équipe dû à la pandémie. Donc, le gouvernement du Nigeria nous a apporté son assistance aussi. Et aujourd'hui, voilà, je suis un peu partagé. Nous avons l'élection présidentielle qui se passe au Nigeria et je suis là parmi vous pour le congrès aussi. Donc l'activité sportive est aussi liée à ces activités politiques. Donc, nous espérons vraiment rendre visite à la nouvelle équipe qui va diriger le pays et nous avons Dr. Onosirao here. Et ensemble, nous allons coordonner avec le nouveau gouverneur des États pour nous assurer que les nouvelles équipes dirigeantes donc se penchent sur les problèmes liés au sport. Et nous avons beaucoup d'autres soutiens très respectables qui nous ont soutenus, bien entendu, en espèces. Et l'assistance a été dirigée vers les hôpitaux, les centres de santé, etc. Donc, nous avons eu aussi l'assistance d'autres fédérations en direction du congrès de Nairobi qui était de 2 000 $. Nous avons eu une assistance financière aussi qui nous a permis d'avoir des t-shirts. Le montant était de 500 $. Nous avons eu aussi notre premier comité AIPS pour les jeunes reporters, et ce qui nous a permis d'avoir 3 000 $ aussi qui ont été dépensés. En somme et en conclusion, nous avons fait des efforts, nous avons consenti des efforts et avec l'aide de Dieu, vous avez mes rapports devant vous. Donc vraiment, nous espérons que des perspectives financières beaucoup plus intéressantes se dessineront au profit de l'association. Donc nous devons travailler et porter haut le flambeau, travailler pour l'excellence et garder cette ligne directrice faite, basée sur l'excellence. Vous allez beaucoup me manquer, chers collègues. Vous allez beaucoup me manquer, chers collègues. Et vraiment, notre compagnonnage s'achève ici et je vous demande d'être tolérant avec moi. Et voilà, je vais vous montrer en image mon parcours à la tête de l'association Diakunda. juste les images, Jakunda, juste les images. Donc, ils vont essayer de régler le volume. Là, c'était au Maroc où j'ai été élu là-bas, et ça, c'était le congrès de Lausanne. Après ceci, le secrétaire général, j'aimerais bien saisir cette occasion, cette opportunité pour le remercier du fond du cœur pour m'avoir montré beaucoup d'indulgence, mais aussi pour son incarnation, ce que la génération future doit faire preuve de la génération.
That picture back, if you can give us. That is the picture of tomorrow's AIPS Africa. You have Abdoulaye there.
Abdoulaye, et vous avez Mourad. Je ne sais pas, mais quelle coïncidence. Je ne sais pas.
Different mysteries. Wait, that was
Ça, c'était à Rabat, à Casablanca plutôt. Mufti a envoyé un message.
Action, and that we should all go as a family and avoid the things that will not encourage us moving forward. Okay, can we go? Okay, no, just show you pictures. No, and these are the 9 is 5. 9 is 5 of my dispensation. This is when St. Louis University in Benin Republic gave me a doctorate degree in sports media and management, and it was an emotional time in Porto Novo, where you have the university. And this was when Evelyn was as young as you could get, and a dynamic secretary. I didn't say that. And some of the covers, especially touching on some burning issues of AIPS. These were covers in which, during the days of COVID, when we actually, and that's a good one. Yes. I think that's the siege in Casablanca. Some memorable shots. This was in Brussels, and of course, some of the moments. Very young then. a very young AIPS executive member with Evelyn. Yes, the good chief in 2019. The blessings we received from Ouagadougou. And this is Jean Imelo and the great, the Kenyan great. I think that was in Beijing. Nairobi, okay. And I can see Nazim Bezol there. He was a very young, stubborn. This was in the World Cup in Qatar. This is a conference on Africa, the future of Africa game, the African football, held in Qatar on the fringe of the World Cup, and that's where we had Locks and some other African resource people who spoke. It was a good one. That's the power of sports in Africa with the wife. The Budapest AIPS 2020. Of course, we had the power of sports there. You can see your pictures. Yes. I can hear the sound. That's honor before he became a doctor. Gentlemen, it's a slice. The head of our website and the head of our multimedia dynamics, Olabi Abiola, tried to put this in print. The quality is not so good, but then it's a gift from a young man who is also excited being part of the AIPS family, and I'll give each a copy of all the delegation. So, gentlemen, once more, I will have to invite the Secretary General to present his report, and then, if it's okay, we'll adopt it and we'll move forward. Thank you, sir. No, let the Secretary General do his report. So we take it now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michel Obi. Dear delegates, I'm sure you have heard and seen what I have done mine, then we come to the adoption. But before then, I've just been prompted that we have to do one last more roll call to confirm whoever is here due to the nature of today's meeting. So I'll start once again. Algeria. The Gambia. Ghana. Present. Guinea. Equatorial Guinea. d'Ivoire, Kenya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Namibia, Nigeria, Senegal. Obviously, we are in Senegal. Togo and Tunisia. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's once again show our president some appreciation. appreciation for his wonderful. Okay, they were not here, so sorry. Cameroon was not in the list. Sorry about that. No, it was not in the list given to me. Sorry. Cameroon. Apologies. So I think we are 21 in all with the inclusion, because we didn't include Cameroon. Yeah, the list here. But what you gave me here is 20. Minus Cameroon. There's no Cameroon here. Really? Okay. I should go over again? Yeah. Okay, Algeria. Burkina Faso. Burundi. Central Africa. Okay. Gabon. Gambia. Ghana. Guinea. Guinea Equatorial. Côte d'Ivoire. Kenya. Mali. Mauritania. Morocco. Namibia. Nigeria. Senegal. Togo. And Tunisia.
Good.
So if you add this one to 21. Okay. Yeah, then if you add it.
21.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, we have 21 countries present at. She's calling me. We shall proceed with our activities. Let me, and for him to say, thank you for tolerating me. I also thank him for teaching me. He is a good teacher, and I enjoyed working with him. It was quite difficult, but I always humble myself to learn from his great experience. And he's a man that anybody here in this hall would like to learn from. Thank you, Mr. Obi. I wish to work with you more. Thank you. In the President's report, I'm sure a lot of the issues were captured, but nevertheless, I will still go ahead and give, because as young as I am, I did not start with him, so I took over only in 2017. And after our Congress in Kenya, which was an elective Congress, and we were put into office, it was a very exciting moment, and we went straight into action. And for the first time in our history, I think that we had a Congress in the following year. Congress in Kenya, and in 2018, we gathered again in Accra, a successive Congress, which I think is a plus to the administration. In all, 19 countries took part in the Congress. It was a very thorough Congress with a lot of resource persons coming profession. Furthermore, just after the 2018 Congress in Accra, there was Africa Women Championship. And quickly, I have to call my boss and ask him that we must take advantage of this opportunity to organize a training program or a seminar for international journalists in Accra. And again, we held a very good seminar at the Alisa Hotel in Accra, where all the international journalists in Accra who were covering the Women Championship, including the local championship, the local journalists also attending, and it was a massive turnout. Of course, we did not rest. We followed up with the next program, which was our secretariat is in Casablanca, and in 2019, through the effort of the Moroccan sports journalists, we commissioned the secretariat, and it is functional. In my last visit to Morocco during the FIFA Club World Cup, I had the opportunity to visit the office once more and to see how it feels to be the Secretary General of the association. Over the years, we also have challenges with, we also have success with membership. And we were able to deal with some membership issues, such as bringing countries like Côte d'Ivoire, where there were 2 associations, where with the permission of the president, I had to be the mediator in Côte d'Ivoire. We traveled there, we met with the two factions, even though there was not a united front, but there were resolutions which they are still working on. There were also challenges in Cameroon where there was two associations once again, and we have to deal with that. My venerable uncle, Peperipe, and brother from Benin was the peacemaker in Cameroon, and I think if we see Betil here, is some of the fruits of the processes that we took to ensure that there was peace in Cameroon. Well, I cannot say that it has been a very rosy journey. It has been a very difficult time in office, and it was more difficult when COVID set in 2020, and it threw away every plan that we had to implement in our 4-year term. And you all know the difficulties that we had with COVID. And so that is one of the issues that we have to deal with. That's one of the major challenges. Again, as I mentioned to you, we were supposed to have a Congress just after the Accra Congress in Nigeria. Once again, our brother was to host us. Unfortunately, COVID affected those congresses, or that particular Congress. Let me also bring to your notice that I was elected into office with 2 deputy general secretaries. One, Slimani from Niger, and then Antonio from Angola. Unfortunately, we lost Antonio through death, and then Slimani had to leave along the way to be the General Secretary of the Nigerian Football Association. And as my president said, as a humble servant, I took his spirit of the labor of love and continued as the lone soldier in the battlefield and ran the association to today. Again, going further, we also have some executive members on the team who, for reasons I cannot tell, vanished after some time in office. And it is my hope that the new team that is coming, none of them will vanish after taking office, but they will remain in office throughout the 4-year term and support the new president and ensure that his vision is executed. Nevertheless, I can say that one of the most challenging difficulties that we had in office, that I had in office, was the fact that the AIPS Secretariat was fully funded from the tiny pockets of William Eza. As a General Secretary, I have to travel from my Ghana News Agency resources. I have to, everything, as the President said, it is an office that comes with no perks. So whoever is coming, I'm sure that the sacrificial spirit, the labor of love will be there to carry him through to the next stage. But I think that in our efforts to make a stronger AIPS Africa, I humbly suggest that it is time for us as a continent to take very, very pragmatic steps, practical steps, to ensure that our association is at least financially independent in a way. We cannot continue to operate like this going further and going into the future. We really need to find, we put our heads together and see how best we can also develop ourselves and get income and get revenue from our continent to support our activities. It will interest you that sometimes when I'm traveling for AIPS activities, everybody in my country thinks that it comes with a business class ticket and everything. So this is where we must also look at. You also know that we have a lot of digital platforms. We have our Facebook, and I think that going forward, we need to make effort to intensify our effort at monetizing those platforms, because there is enough on the digital space for us. There's so much money on the digital space that as a continent, we also have to take a look at and see how best we can also tap into those resources online to make our continent financially sustainable. I think that we should also have a product of our own. The people we are seeking to partner the CAF, the CAA, and all those organizations, they have developed products and events that they use to attract corporate support for them. And out of this corporate support, they also generate income to support their activities. And we, as an association, we are going to seek partnership to get some of those corporate support. I believe strongly that we also have the capacity to develop our own events and develop our own products so that we look attractive to the corporate world, especially the multinationals, going forward, so that we can also raise revenue for ourselves. I dare to say that our good father, Gianni, may not be there forever for us. A new president may come who may not believe in Africa. A new president may come who may not have that policy of Africa. And that president will say, well, I cannot do any travel support. What happens to us? From our father for years, we did not take steps to be independent ourselves. So this Congress is very, very important for us to feed ourselves, because our father will no longer be, will not be there forever and ever. There come without these things, I dare to say that if we don't address these challenges of self-reliance, financial sustainability, in the next 4 years, we'll meet again at the Congress and we'll say the new team did nothing for the association and therefore they should leave for another team to come. Please, do you get me? So I'm appealing to you that as we conclude our term of office, as I present my report to you, I've given you very practical challenges that we face as AIPS Secretariat, and going forward, we need to bring our heads together, sacrifice and support to be more financially viable so that we can have a better and a brighter future. I wish to conclude my report with a biblical quotation which says that 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7, I have fought a good fight, I have finished the race, and have kept the faith. Amen, amen, amen.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I just forgot that I'm the moderator for this Congress after delivering my report. I have the French version. I'll forward it to Diakunda and it will be circulated to you. So, all too soon, we are done with the first part of the Congress. Yes, I'm going to present that as well. That is receiving a report from the President and a financial report from the President as well, and of course, a report from the Secretary. We have to proceed to adopt the reports for the House after we can. Mr. President, is there any other thing we have to add? Okay, so the floor is open for us to.
Somebody who's a motion, if they don't, they can challenge it.
I hope we all heard our President. Motion moved. We have, is it? Okay, Honor.
We've listened to reports presented by the President and the Secretariat report. We are convinced, I'm sure, that a thorough job has been done. Time they say it's a
More of life and peace. Little did we know that this month has been achieved. Removing the motion to adopt this document has been presented as a working document. I also add that at the end, the Congress rises to give a standing ovation to the President and members of the AFRIQUE as a whole. Thank you. Second.
Abdoulaye, you are in the executive. Sorry, where is the executive committee? Can we see them?
They are there. So.
The executive committee, can they come here? The outgoing executive committee. Can they stand here? We are acclamation. Yeah, it's a ovation for who? Baisi, Julde, who else in? Lillian. Who else is in the team? Just stand. Standing is okay. Take a picture. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's like that he's dead. So where is the gun we shoot him?
No, you may not see the target.
Yeah, I know.
So what do you do?
Next motion. Ask. There's another motion. Yeah.
Then after that, I'll hand over to you, right?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
So, okay. Please, let's have our seats. Let's have our seats once more. As Kwame Nkrumah once said, the battle has ended. The battle has ended, and Ghana is free forever. So, all too soon, the team that we elected in Nairobi, Kenya, is done with their stewardship. I love the term labor of love. So we are done with our work. Officially, we are dissolved. And so on this note, I call on AIPS President, Mr. Gianni Mello, to address us, after which we move on. Thank you very much. Let's show you some. Really? But I thought we move all together. That's all. You don't have. Is there any other motion to move? Stephanie. Everything was together. No, he said based on the report from the president and the secretariat, he's convinced that they have done a good work and therefore he moves. Is that not your words? Yeah, so we have combined. Okay. Okay.
I think the president mentioned the need to honor outgoing AIPS Africa presidents. I would like to move a motion that we not only honor them by clapping for them or writing about it in a report. We propose them to be made honorary AIPS members, which will give them the chance to attend our congresses, receive our AIPS cards for a lifetime. Because I think I stand corrected, we only had 2 AIPS African members as honorary AIPS members. One is the late Fekru Kidane, and the other was the late DRC man, what was his name, who was an advisor, Shilunga. So now we have no African on the list of AIPS honorary members. And I suggest this can be expanded to any other person AIPS Africa feels deserves to be on this. You know, for me, I will propose the outgoing or the former presidents who have served. But on that list, I can confidently, from the top of my head, add Mohamed Koume, who is Senegalese, I can definitely add Mufti from Sudan, and then the outgoing president, Michel Obi, Mr. Belaid Bouimid, and I don't know if there's any other, probably people who are senior to me in this room can propose other names, but for me, I can propose those 4 names. And I'm ready to send the required email to the Secretary General of AIPS, Yura, to be approved at the next Congress in Seoul.
Thank you very much. That's the somebody second. Any second for Evelyn's motion? Okay, so Katrina from Namibia has done that for us. I hope the 3-member team is taking note of them. Okay, so on this note, I think we can move to Gianni.
Okay, so let's welcome our president, Mr. Gianni Melo.
I will not try to do as Obi told, because before the beginning he told me I will be very short. And because, but you know, when he goes in front of a microphone is exactly when he goes in radio. And he wanted also the music. I told that the music is not possible here. But yesterday night you have seen how it is. Now the problem, I thank him for all this year, but I think that he has given some detail about the support that IPS has given to Africa. I want to remind you that when I was elected, in my program there was the change of the cost of the card for Africa and also for other countries that are not financially strong. Because I could imagine that $40 for many African colleagues were a big amount of money. So I brought the cost of the card to $10. Usually in our association, the continental section, they receive, the continental section that are paying $40 each, no? They receive $5 for each card. So for example, if when there was, Europe was over for 1,000, they were receiving $20,000 for the cards. But because in this case for Africa it was not easy, because we receive 5 and we receive 10 and we give 5, there is no reason. But 5, it means for 2 years. For this reason we change and we put a forfeit of $5,000 in the past to improve the capacity, financial capacity of the continental section. And after, we have decided also to begin to help for the travel. Why? Because, but I didn't want immediately to pay the full ticket. The philosophy that I wanted to impose, it was this. For example, for an European journalist, for an European association, to go to the Congress, it costs always less than for Africa, for South America, from Asia. And this is not the balance, no? Because when we make the Congress in Europe, for all the European countries, maybe that the cost is between $300 and $500. For Africa, it goes from 1,000 to 1,500. For South America, in this moment, goes from $2,000 to $2,500 for a normal ticket. So what I wanted to do, to give the possibility to the continental section to manage some money, to distribute and to lower the price for the African Association, and to help the African Association to be with us, and after to improve also their negotiable power with the federation, with the government, to have better solution to receive financial aid for their activity. I wanted to put everybody on the same level. This is my opinion. I didn't do this to buy votes. I wanted only to give the same possibility to everybody. Because if not, there will be Europe that will be always on the top. Because they have the capacity, financial capacity to come to the Congress, to follow all our activity. But for Africa, I can give also an example of some country in Asia, in South America. And if we want to be really worldwide, we have to be together and to help together to grow. And I think that this is the most important thing, because as yesterday night, for example, we were enjoying the night, even if it was a little bit freezing, no? I think that everybody was very cold yesterday night. But the song has given us the new idea, because especially Baba Mal has said something important also about sport journalism. He said the importance regarding the culture, that we are making bridges between the country. And we have to continue to do this, not to follow only the politician, because if we begin to follow the politician, we will be lost. And this is the problem. We must be completely independent. And what I have tried, since I am president, I've tried to teach to everybody how to be independent. It's not easy sometimes, but if we are not independent, our job is so, I can say, boring. It's not exciting. It's our independence that gives us the possibility to create culture. And we have to continue in this way, because I can tell you, the new generation of the African journalists I see from the work that they're doing for the world is very good. It's very excited. They want to participate, and we must help them. And we are ready always to help them, because I think that the future is in their hand. As you know, here inside I am the one that is coming from Jurassic Park. I am something of the past, no? But I strongly believe in the new generation. And I strongly believe also in women. Now I'm very glad that for the first time there will be a treasurer that will be a woman for AIPS Africa, no? What it means? All the account will be precise. And I think that it will not happen at the Secretary General that it's difficult to find out how many countries are here, no? To account, it are a small thing. And after, women will help also you to be in time. Because here in this Congress I have learned that there is the time of the beginning, and there is also the legal time. The legal time is 9 o'clock. The beginning is 1 hour after, no? And we will see that women will change our attitude, because it's important. It's important especially to show to the other that we are credible, that we are very tough on our work. Because in this way we will find always more and more possibility to organize. I must thank Abdoulaye, because he did a very good job organizing this Congress. For the first time that I come to an African Congress, we have found the right place, we have found also the right moment in which there were messages. And we have to continue on this level. Even to go live in television is important. And this is a sign that can be a turning point. But everybody of us has to work all together to make a turning point. If not, it's only one effort, and after we'll be in the history, and who cares? I think that you have a big duty for the future, but not for yourself, for the new generation, to fight against the corruption, against the match fixing, because they are trying to poison our work. With the social media, they try to destroy our credibility, and we are doing nothing to attack them. We are only accepting that they think that we are nothing. No, this is wrong. We have to be proud of what we are doing, proud of our independence. If not, we will lose everything. And it's not fine that after so many years of journalism, I discovered that we are lost. I don't accept this situation. And everybody of you has also to think one important matter. If you are part of this association, everybody that is here is part of a team. It's not that after you delegate somebody to do a job and you don't care. If not, it's easy. If not, we make an appointment every year to meet the friends, as it was before my election, to have a good meal, and who cares for the rest? No. If we are here and we spend money to be here, after we have to defend our rights. We have to defend our independence. If not, what we are? IPS, and also IPS Africa, is not a tourist office. It's something else. Do you agree or not? So, let's go in this direction anytime, because this continent has a lot of possibility, more than what you think. You know, I think that today that you will go to see Gorée, no? I was already there. That is a shame for the humankind there. But from there, we have to learn that here we have to fight to avoid that this kind of situation can happen again, because racism is still around. And if we are united, we can kill it, because we are human beings. We make a lot of mistakes, it's normal, but we have the possibility to find new solutions. And this is the thing that I think that I'm proud of, to be president of IPS. Because when I was elected, I made a turning point completely. Because nobody believed that it was possible to make a magazine, to make the Congress every year. Because we have to show that you can do it. Because you can do it. Don't be always shy to have new initiative. Because if you want to find new financial situation, you have to act, not to wait that the money comes to you. It's exactly the opposite. You have to show that you are preparing, you're doing something important. And especially you defend this independence. Because the key of everything is the independence. The independence is giving to you the negotiating power. This must enter in your mind. You know, because there are problems, that there are some colleagues, it happened also in my newspaper and everywhere, that sometimes when there is a federation, president federation or other, they're only happy if, for them it's sufficient that the president is very friendly with them. To be friendly is normal, but the most important thing that the friendship is the respect. The respect for what we do. Because if they respect us, after it's possible to organize and to sign agreement to cooperate. But in that moment in which we sign an agreement, we must be clear that even with the agreement we are completely independent. We have not to sell ourselves. This is the point. And it is possible. In IPS, in this moment, we can show with FIFA, with UEFA, with CAF, and so on, because they respect us, not because we are nice with them. So I think that the most important thing is that we continue on this path. I continue to have a lot of respect for Africa, because I think that your young generation are very strong, and they deserve your help to improve. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gianni Mello. I strongly believe that the first phase of our business for today has been concluded, and we move to the second phase. Is Evelyn around? She was around. Hello, Evelyn. Mr. President, she's not around. She's coming.
She's around?
Yeah, she just.
Okay. Hold on her to take over.
Yeah, but she's not around.
I saw her just now.
Yeah. Evelyn Water, are you around? Okay. So, Elections Committee.
Let's give a round of applause to the Electoral Commissioner. Vice President of the Kenyan Sports Press.
You'll be in her able hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, can I leave my seat?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Unfortunately so. So what we will do, it's now, what time is it exactly? Yeah? A long exercise and you need your breaks. Please go to the toilet and 11:35 we start. Okay. If you're not in the room, you do not receive a voting sheet. And so 11:36. So 11:41 we are in the room. In French, 11:41, please repeat. My phone.
D'accord. OK.
Okay.
Donc on a 5 minutes de pause.
Okay, so they say there's a break. So 12 o'clock, everyone must be in the room. If you're not in the room, no voting and no going back. If your name is called, for instance, Mali, and Mali is not in the room, we move to Mauritania. And I have lost my phone. A red phone, iPhone. If you have seen it, please hand it to me. Yeah.
Qui? Elle a perdu son iPhone. Hein? Elle a perdu son iPhone rouge. Evelyne a perdu son iPhone rouge. Celui qu'il a. S'il y a quelqu'un qui l'a eu dans la salle. Quelqu'un qui a ça?
Non, je ne sais pas. Bonjour tout le monde. Guy, Evelyne a perdu son...
But only 19 will vote. And the 19 countries that are allowed to vote are Algeria, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Côte d'Ivoire, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea Equatorial, Kenya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Nigeria, Senegal, Togo, and Tunisia. Namibia is yet to be affiliated as a member of AIPS, and Congo-Brazzaville are yet to re-affiliate as a member of AIPS. All the debts have been cleared, and anyone who has yet to clear, Biakunda has a record of how they're going to do that before the close of business today. So the process of our election is very simple. We call the category that you vote for. You come here, only you, no phones, no telephone. Only you come here, vote, you put that vote in the ballot box. Yeah. So I do not call individuals, we call you by country. One voting sheet per country. So, and then the next thing is that if we call, for instance, we start with the president, we know we have two candidates. We will call them, they each stand, look at you. If any of them has anything to say that could affect the election process, they can say it. Otherwise, no more campaigns on the floor of the House. So it is just to state, I'm in the race or I'm out of the race. Those are the only changes we will allow on the floor when we call the respective position. So we have president, first vice president, secretary general, vice president. We elect 4 vice presidents and members, 4 members, and treasurer. Treasurer is the only unopposed position as of the moment. Okay, we start the process, and I will be assisted by Roger. If there's anything that is not clear, he speaks French, he will say it directly without the translators. So please feel free. A very transparent and smooth operation. Let's start. President, we have two candidates. So that you know him. No. And Mr. Abdoulaye Thiam of Senegal. Good? We start with the candidates, the voting. Algeria, please take your voting sheet. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you come. You vote here. Don't look. Yeah. Okay.
Objection. I think we've gone beyond the candidates who definitely objected to that in the sense that there's a concession which we have.
None of them raised. You cannot raise that because you're not a candidate.
No, I'm not a candidate for the reason, but as
yeah, none of them has. I called them and they have the chance. Yeah. Okay. It's upon them and I said it's very clear.
Oui, bonjour, merci.
S'il vous plaît.
Donc, je vais peut-être donner la parole à notre hôte, Abdoulaye, pour vous annoncer quelque chose par rapport à ce congrès et à ces élections. Monsieur Abdoulaye, vous avez la parole.
Enlever ça, c'est bon? Ah. Ça c'est sénégalais ça? C'est pas gambien. C'est bon. C'est bon? Ok, ok.
Allez, c'est bon, c'est bon.
Bonjour.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe là?
C'est bon?
Ah.
Ok. We don't have time, yes. Bonjour tout le monde, merci beaucoup. Je tiens encore une fois à vous remercier, vous tous, particulièrement notre ami, notre frère, notre cousin, Mourad Moutawakil. Nous sommes convenus qu'il retire sa candidature, qu'il me laisse le poste de président. Merci beaucoup. Je voudrais
Thank you.
I don't have finish, please.
After the election process. After the election process.
Al micro. Yeah, les caméras.
Je voudrais aussi qu'on l'Afrique est visible. Nous voulons vraiment continuer le consensus. Il a accepté de retirer sa candidature pour que je puisse être
président. Nous sommes convenus aussi avec l'ensemble de l'assistance qui est là Nazim Bessol, qui est aussi candidat pour la vice-présidente, a accepté de retirer sa candidature pour la vice-présidente. Sorry Nazim. De facto, notre ami Moutawakil Mourad est le premier vice-président de l'AIPS Afrique. Il passe avec votre accord, bien sûr, comme parmi les 4 vice-présidents, nous décidons également de rendre Nazim Bessol comme un des vice-présidents. Il restera maintenant 3 autres postes, si vous me permettez aussi de poursuivre.
On aille beaucoup plus vite pour le consensus contenu, sauf s'il y a des accords. Ah.
Non, non.
Okay, so we have a president, Africa president, AIPS Africa president, Mr. Abdullahi. We move to the next. The past vice president is Mr. Murad Mutawakil. Following the withdrawal of Mr. Nasir Bessol and Mohammed from Sudan. Okay, the next step was the Secretary General vote, where I'd like to invite Mr. William Esa from Ghana to stand and wave or say anything. And Mr. Musa Sise of the Gambia. So can we proceed to vote? Please sit down so that they can hear.
I have a submission to do. I'm a dedicated and a committed member of the AIPS family. My heart belongs to the family, and so in the spirit of friendship, harmony, and collective effort, as discussed and agreed, I've also decided to change the will for my brother Musa.
No háblala. We move on to the next post. We move on to the next step, which is the treasurer. And the treasurer, there's only one required for the treasurer. Excuse me, Secretary General, of going please. We are continuing the process. The celebration is about. Thank you. For the treasurer's post, we only have one person, Ms. Lilian Nshirimana of Burundi, who goes in unopposed. Okay, we move on to the next, the Vice President's vote. I will call you and you can stand. And then after, if you have anything to say, you can raise your hand. We start in the alphabetical order. Nazim Bessol from Algeria. You can face them so that they know you. The next on the line, you can sit. Okay. Yeah. Next on the line was Mr. Mufti Mohammed from Sudan, who has sent in his official withdrawal. Then we have Ms. Batil Bikoun from Cameroon. And then we have Dr. Mohamed El Hassan from Mauritania. He's there. Then we have Mr. Kabulo Mwana Kabulo from Democratic Republic of Congo. Kabulo had to cancel his travel because his sister-in-law died yesterday morning. And then we have Mr. Fridolin Wambombo from Central African Republic. There he goes. Then we have Mr. Chris Mbaisi from Kenya. There he goes. Then we have Mr. Fliss Mohammed from Tunisia. There he goes. Then we have Dr. Hona Sirawo from Nigeria. Then we have Mr. Umar Baba Traore from Mali. Okay, so here we have 9 candidates. We only need 4 candidates to serve as vice president. Anyone saying anything? Okay, we start. You're not part of this, so I'm sorry, I cannot allow you, Mr. President. No, I think it's only the candidates. I think you have to allow me that it's only the candidates who are listed here, apart from Mr. Kabulo, who can speak. Please allow me. Okay.
Je crois que je vais donner la parole au président. Il a quelque chose à annoncer. Comme il a annoncé, peut-être que tu n'as pas entendu et puis tu n'as pas eu la traduction.
Je m'excuse de revenir à nouveau. J'avais dit tout à l'heure que l'Afrique était une et indivisible dans le processus aussi. Pour qu'on ne puisse pas aller au vote, j'avais eu à faire des propositions. C'est pour cette raison que Nazim Bessol, qui avait candidaté pour le poste de premier vice-président, a accepté de sortir pour laisser la place à Mourad Nmuntawake. Donc, par la même occasion, on avait décidé de scinder l'Afrique en 4 parties, en 4 zones. La zone nord est proposée Nazim Bessol. Au niveau du centre, Bertille, qui est de l'Afrique centrale, du Cameroun. Au niveau du sud, avec un anglophone, bien sûr, Chris Mbaisi, si vous êtes d'accord. Je ne sais pas si ça vous convient jusque-là. Il me reste que l'Afrique de l'Ouest, où je me retrouve avec 3 candidats. C'est au nord, c'est Omar Baba Traoré et c'est notre ami de la Mauritanie, El Hassan. Si vous êtes d'accord donc sur les 3 premiers choix que j'ai dit, il n'y a pas de souci. Par conséquent, si les autres n'arrivent pas à trouver un consensus entre eux, je demanderai tout simplement qu'on puisse procéder au vote pour les 3, si ça vous convient bien sûr.
Thank you.
Merci.
Candidates, please go ahead. Mr. Fliss. Sorry, I'll need to when I can't hear well. Speak on the no, for Fliss.
Don't là-bas. Faut soulever, faut soulever.
Oui, voilà,
faut soulever le micro, comme ça on va entendre. Voilà,
moi, je suis candidat pour l'Afrique de Nord.
Et je pense que les candidats ils doivent avoir 10 cartes minimum. Est-ce que c'est déjà fait pour les candidats ou non?
Okay, so first of all, there was no translation of what Abdullah said. So kindly, so can we have someone, I think Mr. Obi can translate. What? Include me out. Just look for translation, or Yakunda will do it. And then someone can translate. So that's why people didn't get it. So, please repeat.
Let me repeat so that you can
Please repeat the translation.
Okay, what Abdullah said is for the position of the vice president, 4, and then one from North Africa, one from Central Africa, one from South Africa, one from West Africa. So the agreement is to have Mr. Nassim Bessoul representing the North Africa, Mrs. Bertie representing Central Africa, Mr. Mbaisi from Kenya, and then for the rest, there are the West Africa side, where we have 3 candidates who are Mr. Traoré from Mali, Mr. El Hassan from Mauritania, and then the third person? Dr. Arnold from Nigeria. So, I already said, Traoré from Mali. So he said, if you agree for the last position, you can go to the vote. Of course, if you agree on the proposal to have these 3 first named person. If not, you can go to the vote for the
Yakunda, which has been one of the candidates has already objected to that. So we will proceed with the vote. I start with the country. Algeria, please come and vote. No challenge.
Bon, en fait, j'ai un souci. Vous n'avez pas montré comment c'était. Par exemple, là, il vote une personne, il vote 4.
So, yeah, sorry. Very, very important point. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Privilege, for that clarification. So, once you come here, you vote for 4. If you vote for 3, your vote is invalid. If you vote for 2, your vote is invalid. If you vote for 1, 1 is invalid. So we vote 4. Let's proceed, please. 4.
Si tu as fait 5, le bulletin est invalide. Si tu as voté 3, le bulletin est invalide. Si tu as voté 2, c'est invalide. Donc il faut voter 4 personnes sur les 9. On est d'accord? Voilà. Et vous venez ici sans votre téléphone.
Algeria is done. Burkina Faso, please come and vote. Thank you, Algeria. Okay, Burundi, please get ready. Thank you, Burkina Faso. Burundi. Cameroon, please get ready. Remember, we are voting for 4. Central African Republic, please get ready. There's not withdrawn to vote. Côte d'Ivoire, please get ready. Remember, the people who are absent but have not withdrawn are still on the run. The only person who is absent who has withdrawn is Mufti Mohammed from Sudan, who has been struck off the list.
Hello? Allô, oui. Voilà. Voilà. Non. Namanya Evan.
Okay, Central African Republic on the voting booth. Gabon, please get ready. Côte d'Ivoire, voting booth. Gambia, please get ready. Ghana, please get ready. Vote for 4. 3, 2, 1, no valid. 5, not valid. Gabon voting booth. No, please. Please, Côte d'Ivoire. Please sit. Gambia. Thank you, Gabon. Gambia voting booth. Please get ready. Ghana voting booth. Guinea Equatorial. Por favor, aquí. Kenya, please get ready. Mali in the voting. Sorry, Guinea in the voting. No telephone. Guinea Equatorial voting booth. And then after Guinea is Kenya. Kenya, there's no person voting. Kenya. Remember, 4. Yes, you vote for 4. 3, 2, 1, 5, 7 is invalid. Only 4. Okay, Kenya voting booth. Guinea Equatorial, please. Mauritania, please get ready. Thank you, Kenya. Mali voting booth. Morocco, please get ready. Remember, no telephones. Mauritania, please step behind. Mauritania voting booth. Mali, thank you. Nigeria, please get ready. Thank you, Mauritania. Morocco voting booth. Senegal, please get ready. Thank you, Morocco, Nigeria, voting booth. Togo, please get ready. Senegal, please step forward. Thank you, Nigeria, Senegal voting booth. Togo, please. Tunisia, please step forward as well. Togo, please. Thank you, Senegal. Togo voting booth. Tunisia, step forward. Thank you, Togo, and Tunisia completes the process. Thank you, Tunisia, and the vote for the Vice President is now closed. You'll give us a few minutes and we will read for you everything. Okay, we start. Dr. Mohamed El Hassan, 1 vote. Chris Baisi, 1 vote. Kenya, 1 vote. Chris Baisi, Kenya, 1 vote. Fliss Mohamed, 1 vote. Dr. Hona Sirawo, 1 vote. Next, Batil Bikul, 1 vote. Dr. Mohamed Al Hassan, 1 vote. Chris Baisi, 1 vote. Dr. Hona Sirao, 1 vote. Ms. Batil Bikul, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Baisi, 1 vote. Mr. Fliss Mohamed, 1 vote. Dr. Hona Sirao, 1 vote. Mr. Nazim Besol, 1 vote. Ms. Betul Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Nazim Besol, 1 vote. Ms. Betul Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Dr. Ona Sirao, 1 vote. Shall not complain. Thank you. Mr. Nazim Besol, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Dr. Ona Sirao, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Dr. Ona Sirao, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Guinea, do you have anything to say? Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Nazim Besol, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Dr. Ona Sirao, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Dr. Mohammed El Hassan, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Dr. Ona Sirao, 1 vote. Mr. Nazim Besol, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Nazim Besol, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Dr. Ona Sirao, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Bikun, 1 vote. Dr. Mohammed El Hassan, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. We have 1 non-valid vote. The person voted for 4, so this is a spoiled vote. 5. They voted for 5. Mr. Nazim Besol, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Wikun, 1 vote. Mr. Chris Mbaisi, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Ms. Betil Wikun, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Omombo, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Umar Baba Traore, 1 vote. Thank you. Give us 2 minutes. Okay. So we will just count this in front of you just before I declare the results. Okay, count so that we are sure that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 1 spoiled vote. So 19 votes have all been validated or invalidated. Okay.
18 votants.
Yeah.
18 votes validés, un qui n'est pas validé.
So 19 countries voted, 1 invalid, and everyone needed a majority of 10. So as is, please allow me to call out the names in order of the highest votes received. The first vice president who has been elected is Mr. Chris Mbaisi of Kenya with 16 votes. Second vice president elected is Ms. Betil Bikul from Cameroon with 15 votes. And the third vice president elected is Mr. Umar Baba Traore with 10 votes. Dr. Hona Sirao received 9 votes. Mr. Flis Mohammed received 8 votes. Mr. Nazim Besol received 8 votes. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo received 1 vote. Mr. Kabulo Wabwana Kabulo received 1 vote. Dr. Mohammed El Hassan received 3 votes. That means that Mr. Nazim Besol, Mr. Flis Mohammed, and Dr. Hona Sirao will go for a voting to pick 1 candidate. Is this clear? So, Mr. Nazim, you did not achieve the majority, which is 10. So, Mr. Nazim Besol, Flis Mohammed, and Dr. Hona Sirao will go for the final round of voting to pick 1 vice president. So, please allow me 5 minutes to complete this process. No, we're going to
les droits qui sont 8, 9, 8 et 9. Il faut prendre un seul candidat. Un seul pour compléter la liste. Il a dit ça là-bas. Thank you.
So we start the election process again. Is everyone in the room? I'll just read the results again. Chris Baisi had 16 votes. Ms. Betil Bikun from Cameroon had 15 votes. And Mr. Umar Baba Traore had 10 votes. They received the majority, which is 10 plus. So now we go ahead to vote for Mr. Nazim Bessol of Algeria, Mr. Flis Mohammed of Tunisia, or Dr. Ona Sirao. You only vote for one person. Only one. Only one. We start the country again. Algeria, please.
Donc cette fois-ci, c'est une seule personne vous cochez. Sur les trois.
One. Only one. Burkina Faso, please get ready. See? Ahora tienes tres. Selección solo una. Una persona. Solo una persona. Solo una. One. Only one.
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. Burundi, please get ready. Cameroon, please get ready. Thank you, Burkina Faso. Central African Republic, please get ready. No telephone. Burkina Faso, please. Thank you. Thank you, Burundi. Cameroon, next. Côte d'Ivoire, please get ready. Thank you, Burundi. Cameroon, next. Thank you, Cameroon. Central Africa, next. Gabon, please get ready. Thank you, Cameroon. Thank you, Central Africa. Côte d'Ivoire, next. Gambia, please get ready. Ghana, please get ready. Thank you, Côte d'Ivoire. Gabon, next. Gambia, please. Next page, please. Ghana, please. Thank you, Central Africa. No, Gabon, sorry. Only one. Solo una. Thank you, Ghana. Thank you, Gabon. Gambia, sorry. Ghana next. Guinea, please get ready. Guinea Equatorial. Proxima Copa. Kenya, please get ready. Mali, please get ready. Only one. Mauritania, please get ready. Mauritania is not in the room, so no vote. Mauritania is not here. Mauritania. Okay. Morocco, please come forward. Nigeria, please step forward. Senegal, please step forward. Thank you, Mali. Morocco, please. Thank you, Mali, please. Thank you, Morocco. Nigeria, please step forward. Togo, please. Thank you, Senegal. Tunisia, please come forward. Eighteen countries have voted, with the exception of Mauritania. Thank you.
Because, you know, before to be
Okay, we start the voting counting. Dr. Ona Sirao. Flis Mohammed. Mr. Nazim Besol. Mr. Nazim Besol. Dr. Ona Sirao. Mr. Flis Mohammed. Dr. Ona Sirao. Mr. Nazim Besol. Mr. Flis Mohammed. Mr. Nazim Besol. Mr. Flis Mohammed. Mr. Nazim Besol. Mr. Flis Mohammed. Mr. Nazim Besol. Mr. Nazim Besol. Mr. Nazim Besol. Mr. Nazim Besol. And the final vote, Mr. Nazim Besol. President of AIPS Africa, 10 votes. Mr. Flis Mohammed got 5 votes. Dr. Ona Sirao got 3 votes. Thank you. Can we finish? with the last section.
Les résultats, Nazim 10, plus 5, et Docteur 3. Comme vous étiez en train de regarder.
So now we go to the members. I will read out the list again. So we have, as usual, we will vote for 4 members. And the ones who are here can kindly stand. We have Ms. Rita Aligoma from Uganda, Mr. Rodrigue Bekale from Gabon, Mr. Tiendebeogo Jerome from Burkina Faso. Pardon my... that name is very difficult. I prefer to call him Jerome. Yes. Please stand so that the people can know you. We have Mr. Kojo Abuletei from Togo. We have Mr. Fridolin Wambombo from Central African Republic. We have Mr. Fliss Mohammed from Tunisia. We have Ms. Kadiatou Traore from Guinea. Okay, we vote for 4. Only 4. Solo 4.
Donc, on vote 4 personnes sur la fiche. Juste 4, pas plus.
Excusez-moi, si on double par le consensus de ça, il va falloir qu'on allume le département de l'Ouest à 14h30 pour le but de la 14h15.
Ok.
Donc si ça se fait bon, on décommande au niveau de l'Ouest et on reste ici.
Okay, we start. Algeria, please step forward. Algeria, please step forward and vote. Burkina Faso, please get ready. Burundi, please get ready. Cameroon, please get ready. Only vote for 4. Thank you, Algeria. Burkina Faso, voting good. Thank you, Burkina Faso, Burundi, voting good. Central African Republic, please come forward. Cote d'Ivoire, please get ready.
Oui.
Thank you, Burundi, Cameroon, voting good. Thank you, Cameroon. Central African Republic, voting good. Gabon, please step forward. Gambia, please get ready. The Gambia, please get ready. Ghana, please step forward. Thank you, Central Africa. Cote d'Ivoire is in the voting room. Thank you, Cote d'Ivoire. Gabon, step forward is in the voting room. Gambia, please, we are running late. We start off Gambia. Please go ahead of Ghana. Yeah, he's quick enough. We're trying to save time. Thank you, Gabon. Gambia, please. Guinea Equatorial, por favor. Guinea first. Guinea Conakry, and then Guinea Equatorial. Preparando, porfa. Thank you, the Gambia. Ghana, step forward. No telephones, eh? Thank you, Ghana. Guinea, voting booth. Kenya, please get ready.
Togo,
Four.
Guinea.
Kenya, please. We are trying to save time. We track you off. Okay, Mali next. Come forward, please. Thank you, Guinea. Morocco, please get ready. Four. Nigeria, please step forward. Thank you, Guinea Equatorial. Thank you, Kenya. Mali voting booth. Senegal, please get ready. Thank you, Mali. Morocco voting booth. Togo, please get ready. Thank you, Morocco. Nigeria, please step onto the voting booth. Tunisia, please. Mauritania back in the room. No. So we have 18 countries voting. Thank you, Nigeria, Senegal, and next. Thank you, Senegal. Togo voting booth. Thank you, Togo. Tunisia completes the process again. Thank you, Tunisia, and we start the vote counting. Okay, let's start. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale Gabor, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome, 1 vote. Mr. Fridoli, 1 vote. Mr. Fleece, 1 vote. I repeat again. Mr. Rodrigue, 1 vote from Gabon. Mr. Jerome, Burkina Faso, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin from Central African Republic, 1 vote.
1 minute, please.
Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulite Kojo, 1 vote. Kojo. That's what I remember. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatu Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Kojo Abulete, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatu Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatu Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatu Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale, 1 vote. What is it? Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatu Traore, 1 vote. Ms. Rita Alibuma, 1 vote. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatu Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Rodrigue Bekale, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatu Traore, 1 vote. Ms. Rita Aliguma, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Flis Mohammed, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatou Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wamombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatou Traore, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Abulete Kojo, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wamombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatou Traore, 1 vote. Okay. Ms. Rita Aliguma, 1 vote. Mr. Jerome T, 1 vote. Mr. Fridolin Wamombo, 1 vote. Ms. Kadiatou Traore, 1 vote. We have completed the process. Great. Here we have clear winners. Mr. Jerome, T. Okay, Mr. Jerome T. from Burkina Faso has 17 votes. Mr. Abulete Kojo from Togo has 14 votes. Mr. Fridolin Wambombo from Central African Republic has 12 votes. Ms. Kadiatou Traore from Guinea has 11 votes. Mr. Flis Mohammed from Tunisia has 7 votes. Ms. Rita Aliguma from Uganda has 3 votes. So the 4 elected members are Mr. Jerome T, Mr. Fridolin Wambombo, Mr. Abulete Kojo from Togo, Mr. Fridolin Wambombo from Central African Republic, Ms. Kadiatou Traore from Guinea. These are the 4 elected members. I kindly request all the elected members to come forward for a group photo. I start with the President, Mr. Abdullahi, Mr. Murad, the 4 Vice Presidents, Chris Mbaisi Nazim, the team, please come forward. Musa, Lilian, Umar, Kadiatou, Mr. Jerome, Kojo, Fridolin, for a group photo. I invite the President of AIPS and AIPS
Félicitations. Voilà.
Let's take the photos. Let's take the photos.
Abdoulaye, quand tu descends,
Jan is here.